We all have those memories of people or things or events that we can't just get out of our minds right away. It takes us months. It even takes us years. And we still overthink it to this day, or overthink it every now and then. And then it comes back there, comes back here, and then it just poof, comes to you again. When I first started going to the gym in 2022, after I lost 85 plus pounds, after my first weight loss, after I lost weight, when I first started going into the gym and lifting weights, I was still held back by my past memories, by the people that used to bully the fat kid, by the people that, really hurt me, the things they said, the things they did to me. And I let those past traumas still hold me back from making further progress in my life. I let in my identity and character become that trauma. It's shaped around that trauma of being the 240-pound kid who was constantly bullied, who was constantly made fun of and hurt by others. But I realized that instead of being traumatized about it I accept that I have trauma from it. But what I'm trying to say is I use it more as a lesson and an experience to help others who used to be like my younger self. He cared so much about the way how others thought about him, and he really cared about the way the bullies treated him, the things my parents said to me, the things that my teachers said to me, everyone said to me, because this version of me was in the biggest rut in his life. You need to heal through your trauma and just push through. Now, I know that advice just doesn't work, but I kind of created like a 4-step process in where I know I can live with this trauma. I know, yeah, it holds me back sometimes, but it's created a new identity for me. It's created a better character for me. It's a lesson used in my life in order to push myself and become the best version of myself. The first step is realizing that your life shouldn't be aligned with the trauma. Your life isn't composed and made up of just that trauma. That trauma doesn't define who you really are as a person. Because if you define it more towards you, it will linger, and it will linger forever. It implanted my belief system because, yeah, I went through stuff during my adolescence and childhood that created the adult that I am today. Sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, I may seem a confident guy. I go to the gym a lot. I try to inspire others and coach those who used to be like me, but sometimes I have my own problems I'm still dealing with, like going out there more, or dealing with conflict, or even talking to girls. That's just an honest one I had to just point out there. Don't let your childhood experiences and adolescent experiences, or those past traumas, create who you really are as a person, because you know you're better than that. You are better than that. I'm better than that. Those experiences shaped me into the version I am now. God, man. The second step, really the most important step, I feel like, is forgiving your younger self. Forgiving that past version of yourself. Really, it's like, you don't want to forgive them. You don't want to forgive them. You just got to give them a hug, bro. Because the more you don't forgive them or forgive the people that caused that trauma, the more it's going to mess you up in your head. And you're going to just build up this resentment inside of you that you hate yourself so much and you hate everything around you. We as humans, we want to forgive others. So it's normal for us to forgive others. And we want that forgiveness. We want to create balanced relationships. And if that person doesn't want to create that balanced relationship, then just take them out of your life. They're no good. They don't matter. They're not going to make you the best version of yourself. So they shouldn't be there. I remember when I was going through this stage of dealing with my emotions and stuff, I would write down in my journal about how I would forgive every single person that has ever hurt me or ever done anything to me in my life. That just made me feel so better about myself and really reflect back on those memories and realize that they're lessons, they're stepping stools. Now, the third step is you really want to write down and understand who you really are as a person, who your self-identity really is, your self-image. You want to lock in on that and dial in on that and understand that to a deep level, because you don't know who you really are. You say you know who you are, but you don't really know. You got to do some digging through some memories, man. It's going to take a lot of writing. It's going to take a lot. I had to do a ton of digging just to understand why I act a certain way. And it's because it was something that happened in my childhood. It was something that the 240-pound kid went through, where he stayed in his room for hours and locked himself in the door, watching porn, playing video games for hours and hours and hours, and eating junk food upon end. Having those certain cravings or those certain belief systems still carry on. And it takes a lot of reflecting to understand all of that. So you really need to just reflect on who you really are as a person, who your self-image is, and who your self-identity, who you identify as. And the fourth and final step is to turn that past trauma or that past memory, that burden, into a chapter of your life, into a lesson. It's like a lesson in the English textbook in school. And that lesson creates character development. So in that certain chapter of the book, you developed as a character. You got like a story arc, basically. You know, you had your scenes, you had your character development arc, boom. Now you're on the next chapter of your life and you're way better because you're just better now than who you were in the previous chapter of your life. And with the previous chapters, never seek revenge, never seek that resentment. I know they've done a lot to you. I know the bullies have done a lot to me. I can't even say some of the stuff they did to me because then I will get demonetized or whatever, right? But I just can't say it because they did a lot. But over time, I let go of that resentment. I let go of that revenge that was building up inside of my daydream, my imagination. And I just let it go. Just let it out. There were just layers upon layers upon layers on why I was feeling that way in that certain chapter of my life. So that was basically my 4-step process. It's really just, you got to take time for yourself throughout the day. You got to take time for yourself. You are what matters. Your self-improvement really does matter to you. If you want to talk about your experience or share your story, just comment down below. And if you ever need help, just send me a DM or send me anything. I have a free Discord server. I have an Instagram and TikTok I'm active on. Just reach out to me. I wish the best for all of you.